It's May 19th and we're waiting for Evangelist Regina Wellington. And here's Whip coming out of the Greyhound bus station in Philadelphia. I hope he got me a bag of chips. He got those bag of chips are for me. Got chips? Okay.
I said bag of chips for $1.25.
Evangelist Regina Wellington just called and said they had a few delays and the bus driver says 8:30 to 8:40.
Okay.
So I said we're sitting right in front waiting. Okay, she's exhausted. So we're just going to eat something and go straight to bed. Okay. I'm going to eat these chips. Love and respect, everyone. It's Roxanne, Grinage, HireLyrics.org. Today's a special day. Here you can see that we're parked right outside the Greyhound Peter Pan Trailways bus terminal here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, because we're waiting for Evangelist Regina Wellington and her daughter, LaShawn Harper, to arrive. They are CPS corruption and government victims in the state of New York, Broome County. They have suffered, their family has suffered 15 years of knowing that their LaShawn's 3 children are under the most abusive situations possible. No visitations, can't be with them, psychotropic chemicals, a lot of damage to motor skills and abilities, a lot of injuries that they're aware of are occurring. I think that's her calling now. I think her bus got in early. And LaShawn Harper, the mother, is actually a victim of police brutality. The poor child, the police actually New York City police beat LaShawn Harper mercilessly in front of her 3 children, traumatizing her 3 children. Okay, let's see if that's them. They might be here right now. Love and respect, everyone. It's Roxanne Grinage, founder, HireLyrics.org, outside the Greyhound Peter Pan Trailways bus station on Wednesday, May 19, 2010. We're waiting for Evangelist Regina Wellington and her daughter, Sister LaShawn Harper, who are victims, along with their 3 children and her 3 grandchildren, of ACS in New York City. They've suffered 15 years abuse, and the mother was actually brutally beat in front of the 3 small children by New York City police officers. So we have a lot involved here. They're coming here. Sister Evangelist Regina Wellington and her daughter LaShawn Harper are coming from New York, Broome County, to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to join with other DHS corruption and government victims, sharing DHS demonic horror stories, CPS corruption and government, to find out what we can do, the jurisdictional considerations for not only filing a federal case in New York against ACS and the dishonest social workers and certain attorneys that victimize the family, but to see what we can do to collaborate, to join in and help each other. This is a common problem across our nation, and the internet technologies allow us all to collaborate. So I'm going to ask Whip to film us when we greet. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. Okay. No. But some really cool music is playing on the radio. Yeah. WDAS. Everybody check that out. Okay? The website is www.HireLyrics.org. It's about 8:30, May 19, 2010. Everyone, pray for the rescue of my grandchildren, Ezekiel and Ariel Brown, who are victimized by child abusers Eric Lee Brown and Sandra O'Sullivan in the commission of, while they commit Social Security, disability fraud, bigamy, fraud of Brightside Learning Academy and other daycares, fraud of Philadelphia Orphans Court, likely fraud of Philadelphia Adoption Court, Philadelphia Family Court, and fraud of Philadelphia Department of Human Services, fraud of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania Child Support Enforcement, and they've even defrauded the Philadelphia District Attorney's private criminal complaint office, and they defrauded a public official, the mayor of Norwood, Pennsylvania, George F. McCloskey, who, unbeknownst to him, he presided over their bigamy wedding on December 24, 2009, unaware, hopefully, that Eric Brown traveled to Georgia and lied on an annulment affidavit, 20 pages, to the Georgia recorder, saying that he didn't even have any children in the marriage, and he didn't know where his wife was, and he lied about his residency, which was here in Pennsylvania. He lied and said his residency was in Albany, Georgia, and that was not the case. And he got a fraudulent annulment, and then committed bigamy with Sandra Sullivan so that they could defraud Social Security, Disability Administration, assault my grandchildren, put them at highest risk for automobile industry, terrorize them, and injure them, as we have had them verified injured as suffering post-traumatic stress disorder and parent alienation syndrome, and several acts of mental cruelty since March 8th, since the federal court allowed the state judge's Robert J. Matthews order to be enforced, that took them back to their abusive situation with Eric Lee Graham and Sandra O. Sullivan. Okay? Oh, also there's child abuse registry fraud involved here. Okay, so we'll just do some other videos later, and you'll see Sister Regina Wellington and her daughter joining the CPS collaboration, CPS Corruption and Government Fighting Collaboration. As we say, we don't complain about any existing laws, policies, and procedures. What we are doing as a group of victims are demonstrating similar modus operandi, the same method being used over and over again. It seems to be social worker misconduct that the DHS Commissioner Anne-Marie Ambrose is always aware of, and deliberate records mismanagement, destruction of evidence in the best interest of family preservation, so that the Title IV funding and CPS funding that comes from the federal level is siphoned for other purposes other than family preservation, for the pockets of the dishonest social worker and the court position employees bearing titles of judge, attorney, esquire, evaluator, foster contractor, and adoption contractor. God bless everyone. This is Roxanne Grinage, www.HireLyrics.org. My telephone number is 229-395-0039. God bless.
I see you, I don't see them. Where they at? Yeah, take your camera. Let me get this.
Welcome to Philadelphia.
Thank you.
All right, turn it up there. Okay, it's still May 19, 2010. This is Roxanne Grinage, found at HireLyrics.org, and this is the beautiful scene that we see of Center City skyline. There's Liberty Place, and you can see a little tip of the Mellon Bank Center building as we leave the Greyhound Terminal with Evangelist Regina Wellington and her daughter LaShawn Harper, Sister LaShawn Harper, who have a 15-year ACS, they call it in New York. Down here we call it DHS, demonic horror story, where her Evangelist Regina Wellington's grandchildren and LaShawn Harper's children have been victimized and injured by CPS corruption and government, including a police brutality victimization. Okay, we're going back to the HireLyrics/home/office, where we're going to document the evidence for not just the federal case, but to see how we can collaborate as victims. As you know, the internet technologies allow us. Oh, this is the side of this is the cathedral, Courtyard Marriott. This is what you're seeing now. We're going to collaborate, as I explained in the last video, to see how we can all help each other as victims, because we all have a common purpose. Please remember to pray for the rescue of all children of all ages who have been victimized by CPS corruption in government. This is Roxanne Grinage, www.HireLyrics.org, 229-395-0039.